In this video, we'll discuss about JavaScript array. So array is nothing, just a variable that can hold multiple value like that. Just normal variable, we can just store single value, and this is array, and we can store like number, string, boolean, and any type of data in our array. So in the third bracket, we can store multiple value, something like that with comma separated. And we can also use object type data, array of object. So now we'll discuss the push method of array. So this purpose of push method is adds one or more element to the end of an array. So this is our basic array, and we can add an element in the last end of this array with push method, something like that. So if we push and if we console this, log these fruits, then it will be output, then that our cherry is added on the last of our array. So this is the push method of JavaScript array. So here the explanation: use push to expand your array with new elements. So we are just expanding this array with push. We are adding new element on the end of the array, and just console.log, and we have just expanded our array. So this is the push method in JavaScript array. So on the other hand, it is pop method. So purpose of the pop method: remove the last element of an array and returns it. So this is our array, and if we give this fruits dot, when we will give the fruits dot, then we will get suggestion. The pop method, it is built-in method of JavaScript, and whenever we hit this pop method, then it will be just removed the last element of our array, and it will just return the last element. So our last fruit is cherry, and it is removed, and our main array is just changed, and our main array is now apple and banana, has two values, just apple and banana, and our last element is removed. So this is the pop method. So explanation: so useful for stack like behavior, last in first out, or leave for. Just remove item from the last in our array. So unshift. So purpose: adds one or more element to the beginning of an array. So we can add an element, add one or more element in the beginning of our array. So this is our beginning point of our array, and we can add one or multiple item at the beginning of our array. So in our main array, this is called number. You can give it any name, and it holds just two values, just 2 and 3. And whenever we just unshift 1, and in our main array just changed by 1, and our given value 1 is added at the first of our numbers array. So this is the unshift method. We can add one or multiple elements at the first of array. So used to prepend, just we are prepending our array, prepend elements to an array. So shift. So purpose: the first element of an array and returns it. So example: so this is our array that holds just 3 numbers, and just array dot numbers dot shift, and our main array has changed by 2, 3, and from our numbers array, the shift method is opposite of pop method, and it is removed from the first element of our array. And you can see before, our pop method is removed for the last element, and shift method is just remove first element and return the first element, and changed our main array. So this is the our shift method, and shift, unshift, and push pop both are opposite, so you can remember it. So shift, unshift is just unshift for adding elements on the first of array, and shift for remove element from the first place of an array. Or push, we can add elements or items at the last of our array, or for pop we can remove items from last of our array. So this is it. And for is, so purpose, execute a provided function once for each array element. Just execute a provided function once for each array element. So example, so this is our colors array. It has two values called red, green, blue, and whenever we color that for each, it will return nothing. It will just on the for each method we can just to do something like we have an images array, and we can just we need to store our images to database. So we can do this. Or suppose we have multiple data and we need to iterate over every element at a time, and we need to do something, then we can use this. Or we can just it can just log the red, green, blue 3 times, and with this index and this color. So explanation is great for executing side effects. So just it will just return nothing, and we will get every item on the for each loop, and we can do something. So now we will discuss about map method in JavaScript. Arrays. So purpose, create a new array by applying a function to each element. So this is our main array, and we can it will create a new array, array.map. It will create this new array by our applying a function to each element. So this is our logic to how we can sense our so it will just we will get just every item. So whenever our number is 1 into 2, it will be 2, and then our first element execution is completed, and now it will go just to second item of our array, and we'll get just 2 into 2, it will be 4, and just log the 4. So it will return a new array based on our condition. So explanation best for transforming arrays. So we are just transforming arrays and returning new arrays by double, and without modifying the original. So our original array is the same, but our double array is doubled, and if we log the numbers, and our numbers array is just 1 to 3, it will never changed by map method. So now we'll discuss about filter method. So it will just create a new array with elements that pass a test. So suppose we have an array and we need a number that, so number.filter, so we need so those number that just number modulus 2 triple equal 0, and whenever it will match this condition, it will just return. So filter, we are just filtering data based on this condition, and whenever this exact condition will be matched on our array, then we will get the exact item based on this condition. And you can give any condition like number greater than, less than 2, 5, 6, or you can do anything in here, and only matched your conditional items will be returned. So used for selecting a subset of elements. So this is explanation, and this is reduce method in array. So purpose, it reduces an array to a single value using a callback. Example, so this is our array, and suppose we need to get sum of our array, number of arrays we need to sum. So we can use this reduce method, and this is the accumulator. We just given this name as total, and this is the this is our single item, like our when the array will iterate first time, our first item is 1, then our total is this is the default value of reduce method, and you can use like array, object, or anything, but in this case we will just keep so this is total, and this is it's called accumulator, and this is our value, and this is the default value. And now we will just calculate the sum for those numbers. So first time our total value is, or total equals to this initial value is 0, and now whenever the array will be iterate, our total is 0 and our first item is number, so this number is 1, and 0 plus 1 will be 1, and it is our reduce no, and reduce will be stored our this total value in a accumulator. And now second time our total value is 1 and our number is 2, so 1 and 2 it will be 3, and 3, and third time 3 plus 3 it will be 6, and our total value is now 6, and last time our total value is 6 and plus 4, then it will be just 10. So it is the 1 2 3 4, the sum of these numbers will be 10. So we can just calculate, or we can do something like this is the accumulator. You can practice with array, or you can practice with object or anything. It is just keep your value in a accumulator, and you can do something, and you have a lot of documentation. Just search on it and you will find the real world use cases. So ideal for aggregating data. So now we will discuss about find method of array. So purpose, return the first element that satisfies a condition. So this is our user array that holds two object. So this is array of object, and every object has ID and name, and we have in a user has two users object, and we will find, so user dot find, so u dot id. So it will iterate for every item, but whenever our condition will be matched for 2, it will just return first item. But if you have like for id 2 you have multiple item in array, then which is the first element for id 2, it will be return the first item. So this is the purpose, just return the first element that satisfies a condition. So now id is 2 matched, and we will get this output, and it is logged in here. So now we'll discuss about find index method in array, in JavaScript array. So this purpose is returns the index of the first element that satisfies a condition. So example, we have a number of array, let's do 10, 20 and 30, and number dot find index, so it will just return index, so number, so it will iterate over every item, and this is the first time, so it is 10, and so this index is 0. So you know array index count start with 0, so this is 0 index, 1 index and 2 index. So number, so it will just return, so return the index of the first element, like either find method, it will just return first item of our array, and find index just return the matched condition, just first index on where the where the item will be 20, and suppose we have the multiple item in 20, just it will return the first index where the matched 20 in our array in the first side of our array. So just sort, we can sort data with or sorting and ordering. We can sort like so we can sort like ascending or descending with sort method in JavaScript. This is our descending just numbers of array, and now array.sort, it is just sorted with our numbers with just ascending. So use a compare function for custom sorting. So you will find a lot of real world use cases. Just search on the on your browser and you will find a lot of documentation. Just type JavaScript array method, sort method, and real world use cases. You will find a lot of example and use cases, how you can use it, how you can test it out. So array.reverse, it will just reverse the order of element in a place. So this is our letters array, and after giving letter dot reverse, so our letter is now reversed, and our first item, our last item in on the first, second item second, and our first item now on the last. So this is array.reverse, how it is works. And array.splice, so purpose, add or remove element from an array. So this is our array for item on letters, and item.splice, so this is the first index where we will start to splice, and this is the last index where we will end splice. This is the first index, and how many item we will remove from our first index. So this is the index 0, it is index 1, and from index 1 we are just removing 2 items, so B and C will be removed, and we are just adding a new item called X and Y. So we are just adding, so the B and C removed and XY added on our array with splice method. So we can just crop your array, and you can add new item in your array. So searching and checking. So for searching and checking with array methods in JavaScript, so first we will learn to includes method in JavaScript. Check if an array, so this purpose, check if an array contains a specific value. So this is our number array, and number dot includes 2. Now it is true. So number dot includes, yes, it is includes true, but number dot includes 5, it will be true or not. So must, it will be just return false. That's because 5 is not exist on our array. So whenever our item is will be exist on our array, then it will be just true, or otherwise it will be return false. So now we will learn about indexOf method in array. So purpose, return the first index of a value, or -1 if not found. Returns the first index of a value, or -1 if not found. So example, so this is our numbers array, and number dot index of 2. So where the index of 2, so index of 2, this is our value, we pass the value. So our index dot 2 index is 1. So this is the index 0, index 1, and index dot so for this value index is 1. So this is just return the first index, and we have 2 in multiple places, but it has just returned first index of our first element where 2 is matched. So we can create new array with array.from. So suppose we have a variable, and this is its holds and string, and we are just creating array like array.from. so like we have passed this variable, and we have just get a array with every single item. So you will find a lot of use cases here, and it is very important method for arrays. You will find a lot of documentation, the search and array.isArray. so array.isArray check if value is an array. So if we can check that our past value is an array or not. So we are just checking is our past value is array. Now it is true, but if we pass remove the array, and if we pass object or string, then it will be just return false. So thank you so much. So this is our array methods of JavaScript, and you can write yourself. You need to more improvement, and this is just a basic overview what is array method, and how it's work, and when you can use it. So thank you so much, and just test it out, and don't forget to subscribe to get more videos like that.